Welcome back to another hot and sweaty Texas day. Another Rose City Reptiles video, and it happens to be hot out here in Texas, which of course it is. But we are building baby TEGU paradise. I'm so excited about this. This is something I wanted to do for a while, and we're finally doing it right before babies start hatching. This is where we're gonna raise them at. It's probably gonna be a two-part video because it's gonna be a lot, but I wanted to show you guys kind of how I'm doing it and where I'm at in the build. So just like the video where I showed you guys those 4 new adult TEGU enclosures that I built, we're now doing kind of the same type of design, but in a smaller version. Okay, so let me step on over here into the shade and show you where we're at. So I have it standing up on its side right now. As you can see, there's 8 compartments, 8 4x2s. I just got done doing something, kind of the part I don't like, which is stapling all of this hardware cloth to the bottom of the enclosure. You can see, let's see, you can see where I stapled it. Lots of staples, tons of staples. I've used, just on this right here, I think I used like 1,500 staples. So literally like every inch. And then I'll show you, whenever the 2 pieces came together, I just stapled them together. You can see that there. So this whole thing is very secure now. The metal is on there really, really well. Tons of these little staples. And so yeah, so no, that prevents any TEGUs from digging out, and it prevents a lot of things from digging in. So that is where we're at right now. Just like the adult enclosure, I build the frame, hook the metal on, and then I flip it. So right now I'm about to lay it down, and then I'm gonna put in some 4x4s, some 2-foot pieces of 4x4s on the corners. So here, and then down on those corners, and I think another 2 in the middle, and that will help attaching the next level. So yeah, I'm gonna lay this down and then start cutting those 4x4s. All right, got it laid down. This thing is a beast. That was actually heavier than I expected, but got it laid down. I mean, you can see how big this is. I mean, it's 16 feet long, 8 enclosures. I had to count, made sure it was 8 before I keep saying that to everyone. So yeah, so 8 enclosures. This is what we're looking at right now. So now, next step, like I said, add the supports for the next level, and then we just build this again. So, you know, it'll be like this tall, build it again, and then start working on the roof and the doors and go from there. But yeah, turning out really nice. After I finish this, I'm gonna build another one right here. So total we'll have 16 of these, plus all these tubs. Those are gonna get moved over here. You know, yeah, I'll show you. There's a vision. There is a vision, but this is where we're at right now. Really, really extremely happy with how it's turning out. I can't wait to fill these with dirt and get some plants in there and hides and rocks, and I really want it to be naturalistic and just perfect. So I'm really excited about this. And I mentioned in the other video, whenever I was talking about the adult enclosure, I'm gonna hook up an automatic misting system to this. It'll be tied into this water line here, and I don't know exactly how I'll do it, but I mean, I know how I'm gonna do it, but I don't know how often I'll have it miss. But at least in like the peak of the day, like the hottest part of the day, I'll have it come on like every hour for 10 minutes or so, and that will ensure that the baby TEGUs do not overheat and they have plenty to drink, and humidity will be on point. Like, it'll all just be perfect. So can't wait to do all of that and show you guys exactly how it's done. Alrighty, now time to add in the 4x4 supports. All right, cut all the posts down to size. I did them about a little shorter than 22 inches, so it doesn't come quite to the top. That's exactly what I wanted. Got them all in place. I ended up doing 6 posts, so 2 down there, 2 down here, and then 2 right in the middle. And the point of the post is to keep the board, you know, that are going across from bowing out too much. And so you can see I put on another 16-foot board, and it is, you know, really straight, perfect. I'm really excited how this is turning out so far. And so the next step is just to take a 16-foot board and cut these 4-foot dividers and then start putting those into place. We're almost done with the initial structure. Then we'll just be working on the tops, you know, the roof in the back, and then each enclosure will have its own hinged door that'll open up, you know, like this. So, and then the fun part of filling these up with dirt and kind of decorating the inside and figuring out exactly how I'm gonna do that, and then the misting system. So it's coming along. All right, so another update. As you can see, we're making some progress here. We've got to add some dividers on these 3 boards, but we got the front on, we got the back, we got some of these dividers down here. I just wanted to do an update to show you guys kind of how easy this is. Like, really, as you can see, you know, in the last part we covered these posts, the 4x4s, so everything just kind of ties into that. And I mean, it's beautiful. I really have to say, I'm proud of this. I'm proud of how this is turning out. So we just gotta add some more dividers here. Then I'm not sure what I'll do next. If I'll start filling these up with dirt, because that will be a little bit harder once the roof and doors are on. Kids are playing out there, in case you're picking up some background noise. And I'm about to be done because I'm gonna go play. Sun's starting to go down. It's the end of the day, but yeah, so this is what we got done in one day. We obviously didn't do this all day. This is probably 3 hours of work. So 3 hours of work and I've got this much done. These are crazy fast, how fast you can put these together. I mean, it's just cutting boards and putting them together. There's just not a whole lot to it. But I really think this is, I don't know, I'm hopeful that I love this design, and it's the perfect height. You can't really pick it up on camera, but it's about as, yeah, I mean, it's 2 feet. You know what 2 feet is, and that's a good height for baby tegus. They're not going to be able to jump out of this or something, you know, whenever I open it up, even if they get spooked or something like that, like, they'll be fine. So next step is either, you know, I got to finish the dividers, just 3 more, and then either start on the top or start working on the inside. I'll just do whatever's most convenient. So, all right, well, thank you guys for watching, and next time you see me will be tomorrow. Okay, it is now the next day. I just got back from Lowe's picking up a bunch of substrates for what we're gonna put, because I decided I'm not doing the top. I'm gonna go ahead and do the inside because that's just easier without having the top on. So again, here's the enclosure, looking good, and let me show you what we got. So we got a bunch of topsoil. I just kind of grabbed everything and threw it back here. That was a job in itself. Here is the peat moss. Get that out of there. That is heavy. So we got some peat moss, topsoil. I also grabbed some pea gravel. This is not going to be actually like in the enclosure, but I'll show you. I'm going to take it. I'm going to put, like, I probably should have gotten a bag for each one, but it's just, what it's going to do is go underneath the hardware cloth just to create a little bit better drainage. So I didn't get that much. I just got like 5 bags or so. And then I got a lot of this all-purpose sand. And so what I'm gonna do, if you haven't seen the video on the best TEGU substrate, look it up. It's on my channel. But what it is it's equal parts sand, topsoil, and peat moss. And it really makes a perfect consistency substrate. So we're gonna mix that together. We're just gonna use that wheelbarrow there, mix them together, 1.1.1 even ratios, and start filling these up. I don't know if I got enough substrate. Now that I'm looking at these enclosures, I don't think I did. I don't measure or do math or anything, I just wing it. So, all right, I'm gonna start opening up those bags and getting it ready. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is start mixing up the substrate right here in the wheelbarrow. I'm just gonna do a bag at a time. So a bag of sand, a bag of topsoil, and then dump some peat moss in there. Mix it up and shovel it in. Let's see what happens. Okay, we got it all mixed in there. If it's your first time making this substrate, you can use a 5-gallon bucket. Works good as a you know, as to measure the different substrates to make sure that you're putting in equal parts. I've done it quite a few times, so I kind of know the consistency and how it feels. So, and this way is just faster. So you just break apart the peat moss, mix it all up. And the reason why this works so well is your sand, what that does is it helps hold the structure. So like if the tegus make a burrow, it won't collapse, you know, and they can actually make burrows and they'll use them. And then the peat moss is really good at holding in that humidity. And the topsoil is just kind of a filler, something else to have in there. It helps with both. So that's why this mixture works so well. And you know you've got it mixed right whenever you can make burrows and they stay put, you know. So yeah, this looks really good. Just gonna mix it up a little bit more. Break apart any clumps. But you can see it makes a really nice substrate. Now I'm just going to take the shovel and start shoveling it in. Okay, so we got our first one filled with substrate. That wasn't too bad. It looks like I'm gonna have just enough, maybe. I'm gonna cut it close, but as you can see, like this one, I put in that pea gravel. It's all underneath the hardware cloth. None of it's in the enclosure. It's just gonna be underneath, like I said, to help with drainage. And this is what it looks like with the substrate. I have it about, I don't know, 4 inches deep or so. You can see. It's wonderful substrate. Tegus are gonna love it. All right, now I just got to fill up the rest of these and then I'll be back. All right, so I am getting excited. So we finished filling them up with substrate. All of them have substrate. I added some hides back here. Let me lighten this up. Yeah, so you guys see the hides. Each one is gonna have one of these little hides, and then I'm gonna put some type of log or something in here. Last night, you know, I was really debating. You guys, if you watch the channel, you know that I like naturalistic. You know, I like enriching things. But when it comes to baby tegus, I have to find some type of balance, because if I completely plant these things out how I would love to and add like rocks and all types of stuff, then I could never, it'd be hard to get the babies out when it's time for shipping and just socializing and things like that. So I decided to go with the more simplistic look. I'm still gonna add some cool stuff in there to give them something to do, some enrichment things to do, but I can't go crazy with it because it'll just make it too difficult. It's just not very realistic for me. And, you know, and if I want to give them as much socialization as possible, then it'll kind of defeat that purpose. So this is kind of what we're going for. As you can see, I added the roof on here. I almost didn't, and I almost just added some of these onto the roof, but because of the corrugation, you know, the waviness in the metal, I was worried because there was gaps, but I just went ahead and just screwed it down, and the only gaps are like itty bitty, and the other side there's none. It's completely flush. So I'm happy with that. There's no way to escape. Inside, I guess it's possible, as you can see. Let me lighten this up. You see how there's little gaps in there, but I really don't think we're gonna have an issue with them being able to climb up and get over. I just don't see that being a problem. And once they're big enough to do that, they won't fit through that. But worst case scenario, I have a baby get out of here and get into there. Not that big of a deal, but I just don't think it's gonna happen anyways. I'm just kind of talking about my, what I was thinking of while building this. So the next step now is I'm gonna put a 2x4 from this side right here all the way down to the end. And that 2x4 it'll help hold the front of that down, and it'll also be what we attach our hinges to our lids on each one. So, all right, I'm gonna add that 2x4 and then we'll be back. Welcome back. It's a new day and we are back at it, working on this enclosure. Let me show you where we are at. Building baby TEGU paradise, as you can see right here. We've got it going, and we just finished our first door. We got the latches, got the hinge, just give that a little turn, and boom, there you have it. And because of how we built the door with these leftover pieces of scrap wood, it will rest right on that, not putting too much pressure on the hinge itself. So it gives us easy access when we're feeding or checking or getting babies out or socializing, whatever we're doing, makes it easy. So this is what we've got so far. One door down, we just cut out some hardware cloth, stapled it to it. Easy enough. Boom. So yeah, so just 7 more to do, and then decorate the inside a little bit, put on the misting system, and we're done. So yeah, I will be back with y'all once we get our doors on. Alrighty, I am looking at a completed finished product. It is looking so good. I'm really excited and I'm ready to build another one. But let me show it to you guys. It's done. Besides the mister, that got delayed. I just checked shipping on that and it's delayed a day or two. So it'll either be here, could be here today or tomorrow. So that's gonna come in part 2 of this whenever we show you guys when it's actually completed and ready to be filled with babies. But let me show it to you. Here it is. We got all the tops on, the latches, the hinges, everything. We're walking down the line right now. Looks perfect. I'll show you how it works. Just boom, boom, and boom. And there you go. And inside we've got, it's kind of dark, but you can see we've got the hide back there. I have one of those in each one. They're simple, they work well, and they'll be really good for babies. I'm still gonna add like some logs and branches and things like that, just to, maybe a stone over here like where the sun hits. But yeah, lots of shade, which is what we wanted, and then the sun hits right here in the front. So perfect. Well, let me turn that brightness down now. But yeah, it looks really, really good. And I think it's gonna perform perfectly, but you can see how many we have. 8 of them complete. And now I'm actually gonna start on another one. I've got the lumber back over there, and we're gonna start building more. And we'll end up having 16 of these this year, so. Thank you guys so much for watching this epic baby TEGU mansion build. I wanted to build something that I thought would work perfectly for raising baby TEGUs. This video is definitely targeted more towards breeders. I felt like there's no information out there. Like, how do all these breeders raise hundreds of TEGUs? I have no idea. I've never personally seen like a breeder's setup. I've seen some lizard racks, I've seen different things like that, but like I really wanted to get the babies outside and get some natural UVB on them, and I think this is a great solution. This is literally just like big TEGU enclosures scaled down. So I'm really happy with how they look. Hopefully it gave you guys some ideas. If you guys want to breed TEGUs, well, here's a quick way you can throw together 8 juvenile grow outs, because this, these are 4x2s. They're not tiny enclosures. I'm gonna be moving some of my holdbacks that I have from last season. I'm gonna put them in these. These are perfect. I'm really, really happy with these. I know I've said that probably 47 times, but I really am. I'm happy. And all in all, total, Building all of this probably took maybe 8 hours. It's maybe a little bit longer. It wasn't that bad for building 8 enclosures, you know. I'm sure it's really heavy and can never be moved, but yeah, let's look at it one last time and then we'll sign out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a like. That helps the channel out a lot. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next Rose City Reptiles video. Bye.